Hello, amazing crew. How is everybody today? So do you really know what's working on social media right now? Do you? Do you? That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. So I'm just going to share a bit of insight as to sort of what's working now on social media. I'm hoping that a lot of you listening in or catching the replay will have a really good sense of this anyway, but we're going to dive a little bit deeper and even deeper again next week on this topic if you want to know some more. So those of you that are here with me live, thank you for adjusting to the different time that I'm live. I'm hosting a webinar in 30 minutes, to do with Facebook ads. So when I do those webinars, it means I have to shift my live time. So those of you that are here with me live, thank you very much. It's always awesome to see you guys here and commenting in. I know this is a lot easier for people in the UK, although a lot of people in the UK would be asleep, but at least it's a lot earlier than what I normally am. So welcome, guys, to anybody watching live. Those catching the replay, you're none the wiser, so it's all good anyway. So I just want to share with you a few updates before I say hello to a few people and get into the content, because I've only got half an hour. So next week, we've got a very special training in the coaching community. So those of you, where are you guys? Put the cruise ship or the anchor down below. Those of you in my online crew coaching community, I put a post in there regarding what's happening next week, and I'll share more of that with you on this video. So hold tight regarding that. The doors to the video challenge, the next one, open tomorrow. So I'm opening them on my 11th, which is earlier. So Olive, if you're listening, that might throw you a little bit. She's helping me get people into the video challenge group. So those of you that have been sitting in there waiting to get into the next free video challenge, it's only 14 days. It starts on is it the 25th, guys? Something around that. The dates are in the group. Anybody that's been waiting to get in, we will be approving everybody tomorrow. So we're gearing up for that next video challenge. It doesn't start till nearer the end of the month, but if you want to get into the group, then now is the time. If you're looking for the details for that, did I put that on my website? I think I did. Let me just have a quick check. So my website is helenmartinonline.com, and I'm pretty sure there's a graphic there. All that writing sitting on top of each other. I better fix that up. There's a graphic there regarding the next video challenge. If you just click on that, then you can request to join the group. So that's coming up. Those of you in round 16 of the branding course, we started yesterday, so I'm looking forward to working with you guys for the next few weeks on sorting out your brand. And those of you that were eligible for the Zoom call for the Digital Networker Live tickets, I have still not got to all of you individually. I created a bit of my work for myself, unfortunately, regarding that. So I've mentioned before, I will say it again. The call is this week. For those of you that were eligible for the bonus, for the extra Zoom call, it's this week. If you're in Australia or early hours of UK, it's Friday. So South Australian time. So if you're in a different part of Australia, work that out. It's 9 a.m. So that equates to Thursday night. I think that's 7:30 p.m. Eastern is the Zoom call. So I haven't sent you messages individually with the Zoom link. If you could do me a favor, if you haven't heard from me yet regarding that and you need the Zoom link, can you please just message me and put DNL info? That's all I need, and then I can hit the reply button with all the information. So just if you could help me out there, it just takes me a long time to get to everybody individually. I didn't think that through very well. But I just want to make sure you all get the Zoom link. So if you have not heard from me yet, send me a message saying DNL info. So I know that means Digital Networker Live information, so I can give you the Zoom link and we can catch up at the end of the week regarding that. So that is to help you guys that were on the event last weekend. Was it last weekend or the weekend before? Weekend before, I think. And for you guys to ask me questions, make some sense of what you learned, or make some sense of things that you're tossing around. You've got ideas regarding what you learned. You don't know what to do with it. You don't know how to execute it. Come with me. come at me with your questions. That's what it's for, okay? Now, let's see. Let's just say hello to a few people. We got Cynthia on. I hope you're feeling okay, Cynthia. We got Mel, life member. Cynthia's one of our VIPs. We got Crystal, life member. How are you, Crystal? Cindy, you look cold. It is a little bit cold, yes. We're officially in our winter now, so it's not too bad a day, but it's just, you know, you get that in Canada as well, the crisp air when the sky's blue, but it's just cold. Not your kind of cold though, so I do respect that. Hello, Faye, good to see you. I wish keeps changing. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but anybody watching from my group, you may appear like that. If you haven't clicked on the link at the very bottom of the description of this video, there is a link saying I'm going live via StreamYard, and there's a link there that says streamyard.com/Facebook. You should only technically need to do it once. Occasionally StreamYard has a little hissy fit and you have to do it again. But if you click that link, then I'll be able to see who you are. And unless you click that link, I just won't be able to see who you are. Hello, Tanay. Good to see you on. Hello, Raymond. I'm good, thank you. Thank you for asking. Cindy's one of our VIPs. So is Susan. Good to see you on. Good morning, Helen. It's another beautiful cold day. So it is a beautiful day. It's just a crisp. Should we call it crisp? Hello, Heather. How are you? Good to see you on. We've got Teresa here as well. Lovely to see you. Hello, Beth. And I want to be VIP. That's so cute, Beth. Hello, Mel, life member of our coaching community. It's still raining in Newcastle, is it, Rick? Well, there you go. Heather's one of our VIPs, as is Judy and Bob. We got Bridget. Hello, how are you? I'll be in the next video challenge. Great to hear that. Awesome to hear that, Crystal. You are awesome, Beth. She is. Yes, please. So I'm not sure what we're saying yes, please to. Hello, Elaine. Lovely to see you on. Clarita. Yes, I'm on early again. So lucky for you in the UK because I'm hosting a webinar in 20 minutes. So I need to keep moving. Hello, Janet. I need to stop saying hello to people. Hello, Adita. How are you? Good to see you on. We got Steph on as well. Michael. Keeps dropping me out of StreamYard. Oh, does it? Now, Charlene, you've definitely done it before. So I know Gloria had this problem before. She had to do it 6 or 7 times, Charlene. So it did eventually stick. So I'm not sure why that's happening, Charlene. Thank you for identifying sort of who you are. But, yeah, sorry about that. Hello, Mela. How are you? I also messaged you regarding, yeah, great. Okay, so just give me time to respond to that, guys, because I'll have to jump straight on the webinar after I finish this live. But then I'll be able to just quickly reply to you with the details, okay? Thank you, Crystal. I'll be in the next video challenge too. Awesome, Heather. Hello, Tasha. Great to see you here. Okay, let's get into the content because I literally only have less than 20 minutes. So what's working on social media now? So there will be those of you that are hung out here in our community for a while. And, well, actually, anybody that's new, sorry, I should have introduced myself. My name's Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain. So that's just all a little bit of fun. But we have a community here of home-based business owners, entrepreneurs, direct sellers, those in MLM network marketing, and we are learning to use modern social media strategies to build our business online. So what's working on social media now is definitely a modern strategy. So there are still a lot of network marketers that are using old school spammy tactics on social media, which really don't work anymore. Some people can get away with it. I can't sit here and say that you can't successfully build network marketing the traditional way on social media. And what I mean by that is not being spammy, but creating, you know, sort of curiosity type posts, which is something that we can do now. But there are some people that have a huge network of people. People look up to them already because they've got some kind of success in business already, or they've been successful in life, you know, already. And they've just got a larger than life personality, and they're all over social media and just love being social. So there are some people that are already leaders in the industry that can pull off being a little bit spammy on social media, but keeping in mind it is against Facebook policies to actually be seen to be building a business on social media. So there's still a lot of people out there doing the wrong thing on social media. Some people can get away with it because they've got the influence already. But unless you've got the influence, it doesn't make it right because they're still offending against Facebook policies. But unless you've got a huge amount of influence, it's something that we need to work towards. But in this day and age, what's working now is obviously not the full sales push. We're not allowed to do it anyway on Facebook, but that pushy type, I've got something that I want you to have, and I'm just going to put something out there and hope that you grab that kind of stuff. So let's think about social media and the reason that it exists. Think really about why people go on social media. Do they go on social media to buy? Do you pick up your phone first thing in the morning and go, I'm going to scroll through Facebook. What can somebody shove in my face so I can buy? Like, is that a thought process that anybody goes through? Obviously not. So social media is meant to be social. What works on social media now in this day and age is fitting in a few categories, which I'll share with you sort of in a moment. But have a think of the reasons that people go on social media. It's generally to be social, is it not? It's generally to check up on what their family and friends are doing. It's to see what's going on in the world and in other people's lives. It's to be entertained in some way. It's to, evoke that curiosity about what people are up to. People go to social media to check out what people are doing, to see the fun things that people are up to just really sort of be social and connect with people. So that's what most people want on social media. What network marketers want from social media is they just want people to buy their stuff. So there's a real misalignment there, isn't there? From what people actually go onto social media for and what we want to put out there on social media for people to grab. So we want new leads. We want customers. We want people to join us in our business. That's our angle sometimes when we go on social media. Well, not mine, but you know where I'm coming from. Whereas majority of people going on social media, that's not what they want. So we need to meet people where they're at. Does that make sense to you guys? Does that sort of resonate with you? Like, we need to meet people where they're at on social media. So what works now on social media is obviously, the people that are still doing it the old school way, they're going to get themselves into trouble with Facebook somewhere down the line, anyway. But I want you to kind of remember this. We need to earn the right to share our stuff with people. Now, when I say share our stuff, I'm talking about your business stuff, sharing your business opportunity that might lead to a message or conversation, sharing details about your products. On social media, you need to earn the right to share your stuff, not just share your stuff because that's what you want. It's not what people go onto social media for. So when you can meet people where they're at and earn the right to share your stuff with what you post on social media, you've got much more of a chance of being successful. So what do I sort of mean by that? How is that sort of executed? What's working right now is a combination of posts and Facebook stories. If you're not embracing Facebook stories yet, or you just come in and out of Facebook stories, or you're not really sure of all the features of Facebook stories, then stick with me. Because what we're going to see moving forward, and this is what I want to equip you guys with, what we're going to see moving forward is you'd see now your news feed, you scroll like that. Your stories, you scroll like that. So, going sideways is what I'm trying to do there. So what we are supposedly going to see somewhere in the future is that our news feed is not going to be like that somewhere along the line. Our news feed is going to end up being like that and more ephemeral content, which means if you don't know what that means, it just means the content that disappears. And that's what Facebook stories do. At the moment, we have them for 24 hours and then they disappear. And there's all sorts of strategies around how you can stay in Facebook stories. Even the amount of words that you put on them can work in your favor or not in your favor. Like, there's a whole lot of tips to do with how to be really effective on Facebook stories that you guys might not be aware of. So I'm going to go through all of that kind of stuff. Those of you that are in my coaching community, we're going to dive deeper into those things next week. Okay. So what's working now on social media really sits within sort of three categories. So, and I'm hoping this is not new to you. You just may not have the skill yet to execute it the best way possible. But the first one is definitely creating curiosity. Now, there's so many different types of posts and stories that you can do to create curiosity. So that's something I'm going to go through like next week. It's going to be a really, really practical training next week regarding so many different ideas that you can grab and run with to sort of create things like curiosity. The other thing that you really want to do on social media is to create the connections. I know there's still people teaching out there, I won't name names, that are still teaching their people, just go for the no. Don't build a relationship. Don't even really say hello. Just go for the no. I'm not a big fan of that because people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And unless you've got a really, really large influence, you're very well known on social media and you can get away with that, you really want to be building connections with people. So there's certain types of posts and things that you can put out there on social media that will build those connections. So we do want you to build connections. We also want you to be able to lead to conversations. So if you can think about those kind of three headings, we want to create curiosity. There's so many different ways that you can do that through behind the scenes things that you are doing. Like, I'm going to give you a whole lot of different ideas to sort of create curiosity. You want to, though, build connections with people, because when you connect with a human being, that builds the trust factor. But we also want to get you having conversations, and there's certain posts and stories that you can do that can spark conversations and start talking to people that you may have never talked to before, or reignite and re-engage with people that you haven't talked to for years. So depending what you put out there, that will either create that or crush that. So just, have a really big focus on who is it that I'm trying to attract and what are their needs, not what your needs are. No one really cares what you want. No one really cares what you're selling. No one really cares that you want to make a sale. People have got their own needs. And what we want to do on social media regarding our posting strategies is to meet their needs, meet people where they're at, spark their curiosity, connect with these people and have legitimate conversations that can lead to people buying something off you or potentially joining you in your business. Now, what you post on social media through just general posts or through your Facebook stories can either create that or destroy that. So I want to arm you with a whole lot of different ideas to create that for you rather than destroy that. Does that sound good to you? Is that something that you would like to be armed with and not having to be on the struggle bus and what do I post today? I don't know what to post. I'm out of ideas. I'm out of creativity. So I can't promise that I'm going to, be able to provide you content forever and a day, but hopefully I can give you ideas with this training that I'm going to do next week to get you thinking differently about how you truly connect and create conversations with people on social media. And I really want you to remember this, what I just said before. You need to earn the right to share your stuff. So if you want to get your business in front of people, if you want to have the opportunity to share your products or your business opportunity with people, you need to earn the right to share that. So social media is in its name inherently social. It's not selling. So what you post and put out on social media will create the impression as to whether you care and whether you're connecting legitimately or whether you just want the sale. And this will make or break you, on social media. You should be doing everything you can with your posting and using Facebook stories. So if you don't know how to use Facebook stories, this training next week is going to be just the bomb for you because you don't know what you're missing out on. But your strategy should be to be engaging with people, re-engaging with people that you haven't talked to for years, building relationships, creating a sense of community, behind the scenes, all these kind of things that you can do. There's so many different types of posts that you can create that intrigue and curiosity to earn the right to then share your stuff. Does that make sense? It's not difficult, but it can be very, very effective with the content that you put out on social media when you're leading with the focus of, I want to meet people where they are at. Where are people at the moment? People are at the moment, we're still, some countries are getting better than us. Australia's doing really, really well at the moment. We're getting a lot of restrictions lifted with COVID, but there is still thoughts lingering of fear, massive fear about the future, about income, about, whether life will ever really get back to normal, the ability to generate income if people were in a traditional job. Like, there are so many people that have got a plan B on their radar. Now, there's lots of people that have tried to capitalize that and done a really bad job because they've got greedy about it, about what they want, not meeting people where they are at. Okay, does this make sense? So next week, I'm going to go through a whole lot of post ideas and stories, ideas, and, the creativity of stories. It's going to be a really, really practical training regarding what's working on social media now, regarding different post type, different questions, behind the scenes, those kind of things. We'll go through Facebook stories in detail and go through all the different features if you're not sure how to use them to create, different intriguing type posts. So you can then earn your right to share your stuff with people in Messenger. There is so many reasons that you should be embracing Facebook stories, not only for now, in that when somebody reacts to a story, it goes straight to your Messenger, but the future that we are facing regarding social media in general and the stories type platform. And what Mark Zuckerberg has already told us is coming in relation to how our newsfeed is going to look somewhere along the line in the future. I don't know when that is. Nobody knows when that is. But if you can really embrace stories now, you're going to be ahead of all those other network marketers and direct sellers and people in this industry that, when things start to change and stories become even more predominant than they are now, and they don't really know what they're doing. Or they just put their spammy posts out, more in stories than the news feed, because that's the new latest, greatest thing. Stories been around for a while, guys. So if you haven't got on the stories bus, it's time to get on the stories bus, but there's quite a strategy behind it. And that's what I want to share with you guys next week. And so it's called the What's Working Now Bootcamp. So I want to arm you with a whole lot of ideas and post ideas to create curiosity and those kind of things. It's not going to be your silver bullet, because there is so many things around what you post that is really important. The impression that you create regarding yourself, the other content that you have around it, what you share about your life, with people, whether you're leading with value or not. Like there's other things to take into consideration. This is not going to be, this is it, this is the silver bullet, because this is part of the equation of being successful on social media. But this really is what's working now. When you come from a place of meeting your prospect where they're at as to the reason that they're on social media. They're not on social media to be pushed products down their throat. Even those of you that are doing groups, you might have specific groups to showcase your products and stuff like that. But if that's all it is, it's just a sales group. It doesn't really entice anybody. It gets very boring because it's just going through a catalog, really. It doesn't entice people to stay. So whether your page, personal profile, like you can use this stuff across the board. Does that make sense? So if you want to partake in that training, you do need to be a member of our, coaching community, which is not, it's not free, but it's very, very cheap. And when you get into my coaching community, still at the moment, because I'm dragging my new website login because it's more complicated than I thought it was going to be, you can still get access to all my other boot camps for the last year and a half, which is crazy, crazy value if you get in there. And you can get in there for $1 and have a look around before we start next week and see if you like it. So those are my coaching community. Are you excited for this next boot camp? And do you understand the power that you have with what you place on social media and what you're posting on social media. And I want to get into the mindset and the psychology of what you post on social media as well, because, this is where a lot of people get it wrong. And if you can just visualize on social media, don't do on social media what you wouldn't do in person with another human being. So if you go to the party and you walk up to somebody and say, hi, do you want to look at my stuff? Here's my latest thing, and I've got a special on 10% off. Like, you wouldn't do that if you walked up to somebody at a party that you didn't know, would you? Yet supposedly on social media, that's okay. Like that, it makes it okay because there's no one really on the other side of it that you're face to face with. So there's a lot of psychology around how you can attract people to you through what you post on social media. And just think about that for a sec. If you're posting something, would you have that conversation with somebody in person that you're putting out there on social media? And a lot of you would not treat a human being the way you treat your social media. And remember, social media is social. That's what people are there for. They're there to be social. They're not there to have stuff shoved in front of their face by me. Does that make sense regarding the psychology of it? So if you can think more about your social media as if you are with somebody in person, creating some curiosity and having a conversation, you'll probably have more success on your social media. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Faye, so excited. Bring on next week. That's why I'm trying to do on my business page is building a sense of community. Awesome. Is this training part of your online crew community? Yes, it is, Anya. So you're already taken care of because you're already in there. Much of the world is in fear right now. Correct. Hello, Jacinta. How are you? Yes, excited. Very excited. So powerful. It's going to be great. Yes, can't wait. Okay, cool. So I've got 4 minutes to get on my webinars, guys, so I better go. But if you want the opportunity to have more ideas around creativity, especially with Facebook stories, because if you can embrace it now, you're going to be so far ahead of the game when it becomes more of our world on social media. Whatever I do, like on Facebook stories, you can adapt to Instagram stories. Stories is turned up on YouTube. Stories is that kind of ephemeral content that disappears is going to go, it's growing across all platforms. So it's something, the strategy behind it that you want to try to embrace because it's going to give you more success on social media. The reason why people don't necessarily hang around with those kind of strategies is it's not instant. It's not an instant sale. But social media is not there for the purpose of an instant sale. It's there for social relationships, connecting with people, and for you to earn the right to share your stuff. Not just push it out there, earn the right to share your stuff. And you can create that curiosity by the things that you share on social media to give you that right to then share your stuff at the right time. Okay, so thank you guys for joining me, especially those of you that are on live, and adjusting for the fact that I'm doing a webinar in 3 minutes. So I better jump off. I will be here same normal time tomorrow. I hope to see you guys then. Whatever the part of the day it is for you, have an awesome rest of the day. Bye, guys.